Today, we are talking about how I landed a commercial contractor account with just two emails. This is a step by step cold outreach case study that you can repeat anywhere in the country. The same playbook will work for you no matter what. And what's especially cool about this is as I was putting this together, I had someone respond to a cold outreach. Total coincidence. This morning, I reached back out and said, "Sounds great. I'd love to connect with you." They said, "Sure, call anytime around lunch." So I did. We had a great conversation and we look forward to working with them. So I'm going to show you the playbook that works, something you can implement today in your business. So, first of all, let's address why commercial is such a big deal if you own a junk removal business. Because the truth is, residential work will keep you busy, but commercial will make you money. What do I mean by that? I mean, consider residential for a minute. Residential jobs tend to be one and done. We have residential customers that use us on a regular basis. We've had one customer in particular that over the course of at least 3 years, maybe more, he's probably used us at least 70 times by now, 70. But he's the outlier. That's very unusual. As you guys know, if you've been in this business any length of time, most residential customers, when I say most, I mean 97, 98%, are going to use you once a year, maybe a couple times a year. But I would say 97% of your customers are going to use you one time a year when they need that garage cleaned out, when they've just moved, when they are moving in, moving out, when they have a bunch of extra bedroom furniture or living room furniture they need to get rid of. Maybe a new set is coming in. It tends to be one and done. Now, it tends to be more one-time jobs. The other thing about residential is you get a lot of price shoppers. You also have inconsistent volume, meaning it's not predictable, and it's constant hand holding. What does that mean? It means with residential customers, you're going to get calls on a regular basis that go like this. "Hey, I'm just calling to get a quote and a better understanding of how your process works. Can you walk me through what kind of items do you take? What is the turnaround time? What kind of payments do you accept? What don't you take?" We get those calls on a regular basis. Contrast that with commercial clients. You don't get those kind of calls. Virtually all of your recurring revenue is going to come from commercial accounts, not residential. Most residential customers are not going to have you come out on a weekly or biweekly or monthly basis. You can make the argument that some may own or manage Airbnb properties and rental properties. And so maybe they do have you out there on a monthly basis or a biweekly or whatever, but that's very unusual. And even then, I could make the argument that that's a commercial customer that owns residential properties, but it's what we would consider a commercial account. The great thing about recurring is it's predictable. You know that rain or shine, whether residential customers are calling you or not, you have predictable revenue coming in from your commercial accounts. As I mentioned, there is virtually no handholding. When you get a call from a general contractor, he knows what you do, he knows how you do it. He's probably been doing this a long time. Even if it's a new business, they understand they need a junk removal business to come in and load a dumpster or load a dump truck or load a box truck with all the construction debris that they don't have time to mess with. Can they rent a dumpster? Yes, but it means they're going to have to pull their guys off that job, or they're going to have to do it the GC to manually load that dumpster. And oftentimes they don't have time for it. So you can see there's a big disparity between the two audiences. And then lastly, at a minimum, you can pull in $5,000, if not $25,000 annually per partner. I'm going to extrapolate these numbers further down, and hopefully this will really open your eyes as to why, if you're not already, you should be pursuing commercial accounts. Most owners ignore commercial because it feels harder, but it's not. So let's talk about your ideal commercial client. Who is the ideal commercial client? Well, if their business generates junk, waste, debris, or a need for labor on a recurring basis, they're a target. Let's look at the most common categories: construction and trades, multifamily and property, commercial and facilities, specialized and high value. Let's start with construction and trade. General contractors and remodelers. You have demo debris after every job. Restoration contractors, water, fire damage material removal, regular basis. Roofing and siding, tear-offs, shingles and old metal. Specialty trades such as flooring, tile, HVAC, plumbing swap-outs. Multifamily and property, apartment communities, turnovers, bulk trash, valet trash depending on your market. Property management, you have make-readies, appliance removal, labor, HOAs and communities, common area and seasonal bulk removal. Rental portfolios, tenant move-out cleanouts at scale. Commercial and facilities, office complexes, you're going to have furniture liquidation and remodel debris. Retail and strip centers, fixture removal, seasonal resets. Warehouses and industrial, pallets, equipment, floor cleanouts, storage and facilities, abandoned units, recurring, it's fast. And lastly, specialized and high value, big box retailers, fixture swaps, ongoing haul off, manufacturing, scrap metal, equipment, operational cleanouts, government and municipalities, parks, facilities, fleet yards, estates, and senior transition. Full cleanouts, and it's a referral stream. You do a great job. Every senior that moves in is going to want your help. The question is never, do they have junk? It's, do they have it often enough to be worth pursuing? Recurring equals relationship, and relationship equals revenue. So the research process is simple. You want to find decision makers in 15 minutes or less. How do you do that? Number one, Google Maps. Search for whatever that trade contractor is in your city. Filter for real businesses with websites. Number two, use a tool like Apollo.io, business to business database. You can filter by industry, city, and company size. By the way, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is also great. I think it's $119 a month versus $49 if I'm not mistaken for Apollo. Then you have contractor directories. If you haven't used this, these are great resources. Angie, House, Yelp, those are all three great resources to find contractors. You want to look for owner operated, a website and a real phone number, active reviews, local service area. And then lastly, you want to qualify them. Do they generate debris? Are they in your radius? Is it a real human to email? Okay, so the case study here is a real lead, real outreach, and a real response. This was this morning. A local contractor returned one of my cold emails that I sent out. And how did I find him, by the way? I found him by going onto LinkedIn and looking up contractors that are in my radius that most likely are going to have recurring revenue, that do remodels, that do installs of any kind. And I just sent a cold email, and I'm going to show you what that email said in just a minute. He was based here in Mooresville. The services he provides, residential remodeling and specialty construction. His service area is Mooresville, Huntersville, Lake Norman, and Charlotte. Why was he such a good fit for me? Well, because every job equals demo debris and recurring haul-off needs. He values fast turnaround and strong communication. How do I know? Because it's on his website. He's owner-operated. How do I know? Because it's on his website. He makes the decision, in other words. Public email on his site. There is no gatekeepers to worry about. What I did is I sent this cold email, and this is exactly what I said. I'm going to keep his privacy here, but hi, so-and-so. I run Junk Raider, a local junk and debris haul-off crew here in the Lake Norman area. So there's my credibility. Then I said, we help contractors clear demo debris fast so your crews keep moving and job sites stay clean. There's the relevance to his job. Then I wanted to remove friction by saying the obvious. We can do a flat rate by the load, same day when you need it, and we handle the dump runs. And lastly, there was low commitment here as my call to action. Worth 10 minutes to see if we're a fit for your next job. Very casual, not corporate-y, and he responded within hours. Here's the key principles. You want to use a hyper-local subject line, city name, not a blast. So notice I put Huntersville, Reno, or renovation jobs, hyphen, Junk Raider for your debris haul-off. Super simple. Name the business under 100 words, no attachments, no pricing, no portfolio links. One of the secrets of putting this kind of an email out there is it's going to bypass any kind of filter for the most part. The minute you start attaching photos and links, it's likely to get marked as spam. The email that got the follow-up, that got the response. Email number 2, I didn't hear from him with the first email. The second email said, hi there, just wanted to bump this to the top of your inbox. I know things get busy. If now is not the right time, no worries at all. But if Junk Raider is on your radar, I'd love to connect with you for a quick 10 minutes. Okay, that's it. Why does that work? Well, because it was sent 3 to 5 days after email number 1. There's no pressure. There was no guilt. Uses their business name. It's a personal touch. It's a tiny ask, and it's an easy yes. He emailed me right back and said, yes, sir, I'm available for a phone call around lunchtime today. So guess what I did immediately? Put it in my calendar for lunchtime today, and I called him. He didn't answer, but I texted him right back. Hey, this is Teb the Junk Raider. Sorry, I missed you. Feel free to give me a call back when you get a chance. He called me right back 10 minutes later. We had a 10-minute conversation. I learned more about his business. We're going to get together and have coffee. In fact, I'm likely going to be interviewing him on this channel for you to see. So that's how that works. Sent the email out 3 to 5 days ago. Didn't hear back. Sent a follow-up this morning. Heard back. Now, 3 minutes to open a commercial account. Let's talk about how. Number one, warm open. Confirm they have time. Number two, one qualifying question. So simple. What does debris disposal look like on your jobs now? Number three, listen. Let them describe the problem. Number four, bridge. That's exactly what we handle for contractors here. Number five, a soft close. Can we try one job together and just see how it works? Lastly, if not now, get a future follow up date. If they say, man, honestly, I'm good for right now, no problem at all. Would it be okay to touch base with you in a few months, maybe next quarter? Yeah, absolutely. What you're really doing is you're making friends. I know that sounds corny to some, but it's true. I learned that a long time ago from one of the greatest salespeople I ever had the privilege of working with almost 30 years ago, right out of high school. He told me sales is all about just making friends, make people like you, just get along with people. If you can have the mindset that you're just making friends with these people, whoever that is, you're going to do great in sales because we want to do business with people that we like. So you don't want to be too pushy. What you want to do is add value to their business. If you can add value to their business and alleviate friction and alleviate headaches and hassle, they're going to give you business at some point. By the way, it's not always going to happen the first time. I may have to follow up with this guy 3, 4, 5 times, but I don't want to be a pest. And that's always the balance. You don't want to be annoying, but you also don't want to give up too soon. Rejection is not a no, it's a not yet. This is something that we try to instill in our guys on a regular basis. It's okay if someone says no. Don't take it like you've been mortally wounded. You'll be fine. Even if they say no, that doesn't necessarily mean forever. It means no right now. So if they say, we already have someone, well, what would make you consider a backup option? Because what if that someone is ever sick, incapacitated for any reason, and you have an emergency? You know what? Right now, it's just not on the budget. Totally understand. We're flat rate by the load, by the way. No commitment until you see a quote. Man, we're just too busy right now. I get it. When would be a better time to reconnect? Next week, the following, sometime next month, next quarter? I'm just not interested. Totally fair. Would you mind if I reach back out in 60 days? The most they can do is say no. And if they say, dude, I'm good, I'll let you know if I need something. Awesome. I sure appreciate that. Every not yet is a future account. Log it, follow up, and stay top of mind. Why commercial changes your business? Guys, this is where it gets exciting because let's look at the math here. One contractor equals 10 jobs a year, hopefully, at let's say an average of $1,200 to $3,000 on average. So remember, if you've got contractors that are doing things like big remodels on a regular basis, you're likely not doing a small pile. You're doing big piles. You might be doing multiple big piles. So let's say that the average contractor is $1,200 on the low end. Now, granted, some are going to be lower than that, but some are going to be much higher. So the median numbers we're going to use here is 1,200 to 3,000 on average. What does that look like at scale? With 20 contractor accounts in commercial revenue alone, 240,000 to $600,000 annually, just with contractors. Remember, there was no Google ad spend here. There's no LSAs. There's no Facebook ads. This is just from good old fashioned picking up your phone, getting on LinkedIn, getting on Apollo, getting on Google Maps, and finding these contacts and just calling them, having a conversation. The cost to you, 15 minutes to find plus email one lead. The time to close, one phone call. You don't need 500 leads. You need 20 good contractors who trust you. Keep in mind what may be construction debris cleanups today could turn into grading, demolition, land clearing tomorrow. Like our business has had this evolution, yours could too. That may not interest you. That's fine. But the point is, when you maintain great relationships with these contacts, you never know where it will lead you, including referrals and recommendations to others. This is way bigger than construction debris. It's such a pervasive business virtually wherever you live. So I wanted to really camp out on that and use that as a real world case study that happened this morning. That contractor account is mostly construction debris and cleanup. Honest work, but not every crew's favorite. The rest of the commercial world opens up cleaner, lighter, better paying jobs like what? Warehouse cleanouts, pallets, racking, floor clears, office cleanouts, furniture, cubicles, e-waste, move outs, retail cleanouts and resets, fixtures, displays, seasonal resets, storage facility cleanouts, abandoned units, fast, repeatable volume, property make-readies, turnovers, and move-out, clear-outs. And lastly, furniture and e-waste hauls, lighter loads, higher margin, easy on the crew. Construction debris is one lane, but commercial has dozens. Most of them are lighter, cleaner, and easier on your back. Why does commercial win? I've talked about this, but I'm going to re-emphasize because it is worth repeating. Predictable beats unpredictable. It's that simple. Guys, if you're in an area that sees a lull in the winter, which is most of us are going to see a drop in the winter. Residential is feast or famine. Commercial is a calendar you can count on, and some of it bills every single month. So if you have a slow season that you contend with every year and you've got a bunch of commercial clients, you're going to be okay, even during the winter. You don't have to do Christmas lights. You don't have to start doing gutter cleaning. Trust me, we've tested all kinds of concepts. Once you lock in on commercial accounts, you don't have to start doing all these other services. Valet trash, if that's in your area, that is a sleeper. Apartments and assisted living, nightly recurring handoffs. Dumpster pad service, scheduled pad and enclosure cleanouts. Guys, those are everywhere. Restaurants, apartments, you name it, there are dumpster pad cleanouts everywhere. Facility cleanouts, what does that mean? Routine, contracted, repeatable volume. Government and municipal, parks, facilities, fleet yards, on contract. One signed commercial account can outlast 100 one-off residential calls. So what is the system? Well, the commercial account playbook goes like this. Pick your target category, whether it's contractors, apartment communities, storage units, retailers. Number 2, find 10 qualified leads. I'm challenging everyone that watches this video, if you want more commercial clients, to follow this playbook exactly. And if it doesn't work for you, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you in the comments. I'd love to have you on this channel and talk to you about what worked, what didn't work. Pick out 10 contacts and see what the results look like. Is it you? Is it your sales capabilities? Is it you on the phone? Is it your confidence level? And by the way, no judging here. The point is, they're out there. You just have to go on Google Maps, Apollo, directories, LinkedIn. Number 3, write a hyper local cold email. Under 100 words, specific to their operation. Number 4, send it and then wait 3 to 5 days. Number 5, bump it up to the top of their inbox again. One soft follow-up with their company name in it. We don't want it to get spammed, right? We want to bypass all those filters. It's another reason why putting their company name is so important. If they search for anything with their company name, you want that email to populate. Call when they respond. Qualify, listen, soft close. And lastly, log the outcome. Follow up in 30 to 60 days if you don't have a deal yet. Why is that important? Because you want to memorialize these results and the process so that you can teach your team how to do this and grow your business. One category per week, 10 leads per batch, 52 weeks. That's 520 targeted outreaches a year. Guys, you can do this. Anyone can do this. Here's what I want to leave you with. Keep swinging. You don't need to win every call. You just need to make enough of them. We don't have to hit a home run every single time, every call, every email, but you do have to keep swinging. As long as you keep swinging, you will hit. You'll get a hit. If you stop swinging, you'll never know what you could have achieved. It's a numbers game, but only if you keep playing. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. More junk removal business content is on its way on a regular basis. I'm going to try to put out at least 2 to 3 videos per week. Also, make sure you leave us a comment. I want to hear from you guys. If you haven't already, check out junkraider.com/playbook. I want you to see the materials that we've put out there for you to help you grow your junk removal business. Everything from marketing, sales, commercial accounts, an entire ops manual, employee handbooks, phone scripts, everything you need to run your business, it's already done. Lastly, if you haven't already, check us out on School. Just type in Junk Raider University and join the team. We'd love to hear from you there. I'm on there every day, multiple times a day. I look forward to seeing you there, and I will see you next time.